Hi guys, give me a minute. I gotta unpack my groceries. Yes, I went grocery shopping. And you know what? 20 minutes or so after eating this today, I ended up with an upset stomach. It came out like water, and I saw the kale leaves in the toilet, and I'm like, okay, give this the rest of not eating it for a week and see what it is like for my stomach. You know, that's what I was told. So, and then when I was like at the doctor's, 10 minutes after waiting, or was it 15 minutes, I don't know, I had to go again, and it was runny again. So, yeah. So I'm putting away my groceries. I jot down what I spent on Facebook. Lordy. So I got roasted veggies. I'll eat that later. Green bean casserole, and my favorite, maybe I'll have a bite of each, huh? I don't know, something like that. Plus, I have fish patty, pork rib, fish patty, was it 4 tartar sauce or 3? And another pork rib. And the other, I don't know. Whatever. Thought I grabbed 4 of them. Whatever. Okay. And mac and cheese. Beef roast dinner. But I think I will have my fish meal and a little bit of my stuff. Probably a fish patty. Well, this one is kind of open. I'll have that instead because it wasn't folded here. Okay. And okay. So, sorry about that. I just had to get everything settled here. And I found this. Got this at school the other day. And I needed it. So, okay. Where to begin? Gotta fix this ear. There we go. Where to begin? Oh, I forgot my... Give me a minute again. Okay. I told her about the bleeding. She stuck her finger up there. It did not hurt. It was like, okay. So she did not feel any hemorrhoids. And she said, you might need to have a colonoscopy. Fun. And with those tests I told you about now, I'm having it sit over there. For those breathing oxygen tests or whatever they're called, I showed that to her, and she said there's no way I could do it alone, and she can't find anybody there to help me do it. So yeah, she is gonna email the poop doctor. I was just thinking about my hot German the other day, and I go, I haven't had it in a long time. And I told her about my back pain frustration and my picturing of holding a boulder above my head and dropping it out right on my head every time I feel my back pain. Okay? And while I was in Quick Trip now, I felt my hips, stiff up. And my chiropractor said it could be a form of arthritis too. And I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot to tell my doctor about that. So I don't know if I need to tell her about that because it happens every once in a while. So I don't know. This is heavenly. I fucking love this. My mom made it for me every other summer. So she took note of that. And like I told her too, if I have to have steroid shots, I don't want to be kicking and screaming when they're, poking me. That's what my worst fear is, So I want them to probably knock me out for that. I don't know. You have to saw videos on how they do it. They don't knock you out. They numb the area. And you don't feel the pain, but even doing that, I think I would be half kicking, I have Asperger's, a form of autism, and I'm like thinking, I know I want relief, but, oh, this is amazing. I'm going to eat a little bit of each. But yeah. I forgot to ask her if any of my medications are giving me the symptoms of IBS. That's what I forgot. It was on my list, but I was talking about my back and other stuff and the bleeding and in other news, my boobs are healthy. Monday when I had my mammogram done, no cancer in them. So, I just wanted to share you this quick update. I was feeling all shitty yesterday. I was like having anxiety about my health and what if no doctor in the world will help me. I'll die early and stuff like this. I was crying about that. And what made it worse was my dad was saying on the phone, yes, he means well, but God, the way how he was saying it. Oh, how many times have I told you to do this? How many times have I told you to do that? You gotta eat right. You gotta watch what you put in your body. You gotta go out for walks and I told you with going to the doctor and giving and putting you on that medication will do you more harm than good. I told you this was going to happen for you. I'm talking about the antidepressant. Well, he's not a doctor. My friend Jenny said that too. He's not a doctor. And, you know, how he talked to me on the phone that day, you know, it's like I Google everything about the constipation and all that stuff, and I've been doing my own research and all that stuff, like that Emma product and everything, and God. He thinks I don't do my research, and he thinks everything that he says goes out one ear and out the other, and well, imagine me stopping my medication altogether then. That is very highly dangerous, you know. You know what I mean? Very highly dangerous. It's like if I get really, really mad, I probably will go out and kill people, for example. You know, even if it's just to say now, when I'm angry now at something, I'll fucking kill you and stuff like that. You know, I don't actually say it out loud like that, but I say it in my head. But what if, you know, I can't filter that. And, those medications help me filter stuff like that. Help me filter my impulses and everything. I know it shouldn't be an excuse and everything too, but, you know. Okay, what got also frustrated with when I was like walking home, not with my back pain and everything, but with the fact I was like thinking about my antidepressant, okay? If my dad wasn't so hard on me growing up, you know, like the long 73 pages story or whatever I typed up about him and me, if he never did all those stuff, I would be okay. I wouldn't have all these frustrations and anger and stuff like this, and plus along with my sister, okay? She was a bully. She would hit me for no reason. She would try to control me and correct me for no reason. And she sexually assaulted me. Okay? On a every other nightly basis. And every time she did that, I felt like I wanted to fucking kill her. It took all my strength not to kill her. All my strength not to kill her. Okay? Plus the thing is, what pissed me off the most with her was she took my diary and shown it to, not the school where I go to now, but the other school that goes to, you know, Stevens Point. Yeah. It's in town here. And she's shown it to some campus people there. And I said, who did he show it to? I'm not telling you, it's not a big deal. I'm not telling you, it's not a big deal. Yes, it is a big deal. You invaded my privacy without my permission. Yes, it is a big deal. And you know, if I had two daughters who act like that, and if the youngest daughter did that, I'd be like, you're going to be evicted out of the house for doing that. If you're not going to speak up and say why you did it. I'd be evicted now. Hand to God, no matter how much I love that other daughter, I'd be like, you're evicted out of this house. I'm changing the locks. I'm not going to give you no money. You're going to be homeless until you shape up and stop bullying your sister. You know, my therapist said too, it was the parents' mistake. The bad parenting. They don't know what went on if it was in another room. And for example, if I said she grabbed my boob, and if mom or dad would ask her, did you grab her boob? No, I didn't. She would lie about that. Okay. She would lie about that. And I tried to set boundaries for myself, and she would overstep on them. Like for example, like that when other home service people, you know, touching my laptop. I would say no home service people are allowed to touch my laptop. And if they do without my consent, they're out here. And for example, my sister would touch my laptop, for example. She'd just do stuff anyway. You know what I mean? When you have boundaries that are set, you know, like for example, if somebody says, because you did this at the dinner table, you won't get dessert. And at night, when you're fast asleep, your child would sneak in and get dessert. And in the morning, you find a missing candy bar or whatever they took. Then they'll have to get punished, don't they? Wouldn't they? Yeah. So, this is why I was really concerned with my sister's behavior back in the day, too. I was like wondering, I was like picturing in my head, she enters a bank, and then a robber would come in and say, this is a holdup. Do what I say. She wouldn't do as she's told, and she'd be shot in the fucking head. Whose fault is that? Because she didn't learn between right from wrong by mom and dad and me. That's what I was worried about the most. Her bad behavior back in the day would have gotten her killed like that. Swear to God. But, yeah. Anyway, so I was like walking home from the cafe, and I was like thinking, if Dad wasn't too hard on me, and if my sister never acted like that and whatever, and sexually assaulted me and stuff, I wouldn't have to be on the antidepressant. I know I shouldn't point fingers at anyone, but they gave me the trauma. And also what I learned too, trauma affects your body, it affects your health and your digestive tract, so that's probably why. You know? That's probably why too, with the K thing. So it's not my fault, but their fault. You know, I'm sorry to say, I know that's wrong for me to say, but it is. God, this is fucking good. I think this is a half a pound, but yes. take this and eat that later. But yeah, guys, I told my doctor, about what I want with Leslie to do and what Jordan's helped me with, okay? And I think I told you this earlier. I want someone to come in here who is like a nurse-wise to know IBS, what triggers IBS, and to come in here and help me make out a plan. Like, this is breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack for like a week, and then do it again another week. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack every time she comes in, and we can go out and get the stuff for that meal prep too, and put everything like in containers. So I'm thinking about getting better containers, like go to the Dollar Tree store or something and getting better containers for everything, you know, and put those in there for me to eat, you know, and those are going to be my portions, okay? And with shopping now, I want her to come in the store with me and shop, because knowing me, I would grab, ooh, passeroni. Bad for your health, Nora. You know, I don't trust myself. Okay. And the other day I had a question with something, you know. What if I crave sushi really, really freaking bad like I did on Monday? It's a must-have then. Could I slip up only for that day when I really, really crave sushi? And what if I crave for tacos really bad? Should I go to Taco Bell for a taco salad or something? And, you know, I think my mom's friend Gail said don't be too strict with a diet like that, because if you want a taco, grab a taco salad, you know. Don't be too hard on yourself, you know what I mean? That's what she said years ago to me, I think. So, I told you a lot is going to change. You know. And I did write in my journal that I wish I had a healthier lifestyle relationship with my sister, but with her control me saying, Nora, you're not like that, in a tone like that, you know. Just talk normal, you know. Like, she's always correcting me all the time. That pisses me off. And one year, when I was like, Mom was still alive, okay? Two things, okay? When Mom was still alive, okay, these happened twice, okay? I was in the back seat. She had the window on full blast open, and I did not like it. And I was afraid to speak up, saying, hey, I don't want this down to low. And she'd probably say, Nora, grow up. You know. I'm afraid to speak up to her like that, because she would just act like that, you know. And I don't know if this was the same year or not. I can't remember. But I think it was, no, I think it was another year. we were trying to find a parking spot. I can't remember if it was in Marathon City or Athens or something like that. Maybe it was in Marathon City. And she was like, Mom said something to her, I can't remember what, and she said something back in a sassy tone. And I was like in the back seat thinking, oh my God, and you had to put up with that, Mom? You know, I think Mom was afraid of her too. She just wanted the peace. Like I keep joking about, you know, she has Eeyore's heart. Mom has Eeyore's heart. She's sweet like him and everything, and so I think she wanted to keep the peace. But the part of parenting, okay, the part of parenting, you need to be a parent and grow some balls in a sense, okay, and say, you do not talk to me in that manner, and if you do, I'm driving and you are not participating in the event. That's what I would have said if I was Mom. We're talking sassy. Yeah. And like I told Kim too, when I was like in Athens, fun days, okay, this was like, oh gosh, before 2000, I think, 2006, I think, was it? Candy dropped on the ground. And my sister's like, pick that up, fatty. Go on, pick it up. I told Kim this when Kim was still helping me. And she said, you know what I would have done? I would have had my husband watch her back to the car, give her a spanking, and say, you're not participating in this event. Just lazy parenting right there. Seriously. So, alright. Once I have my health together, and everything, I hope I have my health together and everything. I would be much happier. Seriously. So, did I tell you this? She looked and felt around, and she said no hemorrhoids, so I think you need to have a colonoscopy done. So, I'm just going to write a letter to my GI, telling her this and telling her about the test and everything. And if my hips get worse, then I'll tell her I probably need some shots in there too. Oh God. Stuff I had to put up with when I was a child. Some days Kay and I were friends when we were little and stuff, like playing Cabbage Patch and stuff like that and everything. And God, I just wish, when I was like watching Selena, the 1997 version, where Selena and Suzette were like talking and a loving relationship, I go, no, that's sad. That is really sad. Because I want something like that. And you know, I just gotta find sisterhood in somebody else. But oh my God, the dad on Selena, I can't stand him. He is so controlling. He almost sounds abusive, doesn't he? In like the 1997 movie? Like, holy crap. Like, what in the fuck? You know? I might have to watch that, even though it is my favorite movie. So, I haven't been filming today because I needed to take a mental health day. I needed to relax and everything, and maybe mom now understands everything that I had to be put up with. Maybe God said, I'm going to show you something. Maybe open up a window, another window, wherever, see the lives of people. I want you to watch Nora's life here. Why was she always the scapegoat? Why was she always being the one that was being punished? You know, I just hope and pray that happened for my mom. Maybe she now understands, you know. I know it's all in the past and nothing can be changed about that, but when I do look at other sisters getting along, that makes me feel depressed because I don't have that with Kay, you know. And I'm afraid to have that with Kay because I'm afraid she'd piss me off again by correcting me or talking to me like I'm a fucking child. Yes, I have Asperger's. Yes, I have a form of autism. But that doesn't mean you gotta treat me less than a human being. I mean, come on. You know? My God, this is a meal altogether right here. I'm kind of full. I'll have to put this away. But I want a little bit of my green bean. I'll have to eat these other two things later. Oh, this is the green bean right here. So, my tartar sauce. And I get so nervous about having my own kids because what if they get so violent like I see on Dr. Phil? You know? I won't be able to handle that. I won't be able to stand that, not one bit. But if I meet a guy who has a son from another marriage, for example, and his other wife died tragically or something, like, you know, like, for example, if she was sick and died, I'd be like, okay, whatever. I can have a stepson or a stepdaughter. I don't care. You know? Because I seriously don't want to push out another kid, a baby. You know, that is set right there. I probably want to save my eggs, like freeze them later or something. I want to save up money for that. So that's another goal. So I can have a surrogate. Because with my IBS, with how I am in pain when I'm pushing out my diarrhea and stuff, oh my God, it's like childbirth. It is. It's like, oh my God, I'm never going to have a baby. Never. This is so painful. It's going to be more painful than pushing out poop. And I don't like pain. This is why I say to myself, they better put me to sleep if I have to get a needle in my back. Alright. Holy crap, 30 minutes. So, sorry if I jabbered on for 30 minutes. Well, 34. But I'm feeling better now. And this is why, too, I don't share my information about my arthritis to my dad either. Because he'd be like, you should take better care of yourself. You should do this. You should do that. And I told you this was happening. Just like Dr. Phil said on Charlie Brown. Ba, 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 ba. A teacher? I don't want to hear it. I do my own research. I don't want to hear it. Okay. I'm shutting the fuck up now.